You. Hello, morning.
听到。
Morning, Mujib, you are there? Hello.
Morning.
Can you hear?
Yes, I am hear you.
Okay, good. So we give another another 3 minutes to start. Let them lock in first. A lot of people, I think,
Sure.
They are coming in now.
Sure.
Okay. Morning, everybody. I think we almost time for us to start this presentation by the BSN. Welcome, everybody. I think we have I think a lot of SME, especially micro SME and small SME, facing a lot of during this month end. Their financial issue. I think it's a critical period. We invite the BSN's Mujib to give presentations on your problem and how you all can apply these micro credit loans. And also a lot of people doesn't know that the BSN also offer SRF loans, this 3.5% to the SMEs. I think this is very important. We hope that the SME last 2-3 weeks, a lot of SME complain they can't get the loan, or they have a problem to access to the financing, and also this BSN application they are not sure how to go about, and some issue. I think today this is a good opportunity for all the SME can come on board and ask our BSN officer here, especially, they will answer you all the questions and to assist all the micro SME and SME to overcome their cash flow issue. I think, Mujib, I think I hand over to you. You can start your presentation or your talk. Thank you. Mujib, can you hear me? Hello. Facebook also not.
Datuk, can hear me, Datuk?
Okay, now I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Basically, today I will explain a bit on the product that we are offering. For everyone information, basically, we have been asked by government to implement, to run the micro credit prihatin. This the first scheme that I will mention today about the micro credit prihatin. This scheme basically the one that offers 75 up to 75,000 financing with 0% interest. For everyone information, BSN, the one that we offer is focused on micro business, micro SME. By definition, micro SME, there are two parameters that being used to identify the micro traders. One is about the turnover of annual turnover not more than 300,000. The second one is about the number of employee not more than 5. This either one parameter will determine that particular SME is among the eligible micro traders or not. So before you can apply this micro credit prihatin, the first rule, are you belong to the micro enterprise or not? So based on that, we will determine this particular customer, this particular SME, you are micro SME and you entitled to this scheme offered by the government. So the first scheme, next slide please. The first scheme that I mentioned is about micro credit prihatin. Micro credit prihatin, next slide. Flyer that we send over the internet. Basically, this product offered to all sector SME. Minimum 6 months in operation. Financing tenure of 1 to 5.5. Why 5.5? Because for this product, we are offering 6-month moratorium. The first 6 months will be no payment, will be moratorium, then will follow by the subsequent financing term, either 1 to 5 years. That means every customer will entitled to 6-month moratorium plus the term that we offered between 1 to 5 years. So for this purpose, required just very simple document. First is business registration, either SSM or PBT. Then the second one is photocopy of IC for all directors, partnership or sole prop. Then latest 3-month bank statement. Bank statement, let me explain about the purpose of these three. The first, the registration is to determine the business is a valid business. The photocopy of an IC for all directors is to check your individual ownership. The latest 3-month company bank statement is to determine your requirement. From this latest 3-month bank statement, we will see from debit credit to determine how much the business required. If your business, the latest 3 months, January, February and March, even prior to MCO, the business already affected. that means nothing much that you can show in your bank statement, then we may require you to give us October, November, December. Because from there, we can see how much you required for the financing. The purpose of that latest 3-month bank statement is for us to determine how much you required. So let's say you business, you already have, you already know this 3 months, nothing much that you can show. Then upfront, it's better for you to prepare October, November, December and pass to us that bank statement for us to evaluate. So basically that's about all about this micro credit prihatin. Covering sector-wise is covering all business sector. Eligibility basically is entrepreneur impacted by this COVID-19. Malaysian owned business, like I mentioned, is registered with SSN and local authority or local authority. Business has been in operation for at least 6 months. Why government put this 6 months is because they want to ensure the scheme or the assistance really delivered to company that exists prior to COVID. I mean, the moment you registered prior to COVID, this is something that I think they want to give priority for them to assist. So loan amount, like I mentioned, is up to 75,000. Financing term is between 1 to 5.5. That means basically, if you are granting with 1 year financing term, you will entitle the first 6 month moratorium and follow by 1 year repayment term. That's the analogy. What else? I think that's all about the scheme. So for your information, this is among a few. I think Datuk Michael also attended a few sessions organized by either MOF or Prime Minister Office. This is one of the area, the micro business. We believe the micro business will be the first business that should be able to turn the moment the MCO is uplifted. So we do understand that you people require immediate assistance. This is basically the objective of this scheme today. So next. Okay, the second part, I want to explain about the special relief facility. Special relief facility, I think most of you already aware. There are 3 parts to the special relief facility. The first one is talking about special SRF itself. The second one is about the agro-food facility. The one is about automation and digitalization facility, SRF, AF, and ADF. The first one is about the special relief. All these 3 schemes, the one I mentioned just now is coming from fund coming from Bank Negara. So special relief facility, BSN, we didn't offer up to the amount that Bank Negara offer in the scheme. For example, talking about the SRF, the maximum amount is 1 million. But for us, we only offer up to 250,000. The interest rate is 3.5%. So basically, the sector that this SRF applies is for retail, wholesale, manufacturing, and services. Why BSN offer only up to 250,000? Because for us, we don't want to run away from our objective. We want to continue support the micro business. For small and medium, if you require assistance more than 250,000, you can apply from other bank that participate in this scheme. So for us, we want to continue to focus our energy on micro SME. So again, this is the SRF. Whoever that required facility within this range, by all means, we can assist you. The interest rate up to 3.5. Maximum amount that we offered is 250,000, and the rest, I think, the same in terms of documentation. Is Malaysian owned business, registered with SSM, registered with either PBT, then latest 2 years audited, management account, or latest 6-month company bank statement for us to determine the requirement, talking about the working capital and your cash flow. Then this scheme basically is open until 31st December 2020. Okay, this is for relief facility. The second one is we are talking about agro-food facility, AF. For this agro-food facility, we are offering again up to 250,000, but for under Bank Negara, the maximum amount is 5 million. So whoever required on top, that means required additional or more than 250,000, you can apply to other bank that participate. The rest almost similar, talking about retail, wholesale, manufacturing, and services. The objective of this AF is offered to small and medium enterprise to increase food production for domestic consumption and export. This is one of the objectives of this AF facility, agro-food facility. Aside from loan amount that differ from the one that offered by Bank Negara, in terms of loan tenor also a bit different. Bank Negara offer up to 8 years, where here we offer until maximum of 7 years. The requirement documentation is similar with the SRF. The only difference is about the validity. Validity of the scheme is open at this point, no specific timeline. Whereas the SRF just now, we offer until 31st December 2020. This agro-food is something for SME to alert. Let's say after you post MCO, after you manage to turn over with any other scheme, any other facility, you may come back to use this agro-food facility to expand your business in future. Because at the moment, government didn't put, Bank Negara didn't put any deadline to this scheme. The third one is talking about the automation and digitalization facility. This is what we call as short form as ADF, Automation and Digitalization Facility. Talking about the one we offer, again, the amount that we offer is 250,000. For this ADF, the interest rate is 4% per annum. Bank Negara is offering maximum of 10 years repayment with maximum amount of 3 million. Here we are offering 250,000 and our maximum tenure is 7 years. The rest, the eligibility quite similar, no different. The only difference is about the objective of the ADF. Objective of the ADF basically is to incentivize the SME to automate the processes and digitalize operation to increase productivity. So this is one of the objective of this ADF. So the financing basically is for the purpose of purchase of equipment, machinery, computer hardware, software, IT solution, and so on, for SME to move towards digital. This is the automation and digitalization facility ADF that I mentioned just now. So again, if you see, coming from the documentation is quite similar. Don't worry about the detail. I think we will leave later on the slide to the SME Association. They may share with all of you later. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this is the summary. The one I mentioned about facilities offered by under Bank Negara, under SRF, ADF, and also the agro-food. So all these based on their offering, whereas the one that I mentioned to you earlier, the maximum amount is the one that BSN choose to offer to our customer base. The reason why we decide not to go beyond 250, let me explain, is because not many bank is offering a package or product to micro SME. The SME, I think, is most of the bank is covering the SME. So that's the reason we decide to maintain the objective, maintain the mandate given to us to continue serving the micro SME at this moment. So that's about my short presentation today. I can recap. The first one, I'm talking about scheme micro credit Prihatin that offers 75,000, 0% interest. The total amount allocated to us for this scheme is 500 million. We will continue to serve until the fund exhausted. So the moment the fund exhausted, we will communicate back to MOF. They will issue any statement if they choose to continue or otherwise. So currently the amount allocated to us is 500 million, 75,000 maximum, 0%. But if you have your business doesn't require more than 10,000, the real micro, you can also apply through Tekun. So we have some checking between us and Tekun. The moment you apply Tekun, you are no longer entitled to apply in BSN. If you apply in BSN, you are no longer entitled to apply in Tekun. Tekun is offering maximum of 10,000, also with 0% interest. So that's the in short, talking about the micro credit Prihatin announced by government. If you follow the announcement earlier, first they announced about 700 million. Subsequent after that, they split to 500 million managed by BSN up to 75. The other 200 is managed by Tekun with maximum of 10,000. So aside from micro credit Prihatin, the one I mentioned to you about the three scheme under Bank Negara, SRF, ADF, and AF. So I think that's about my short presentation today. Over to you, Datuk.
Okay, thank you, Mujib. I think best. I think we open for Q&A. I think a lot of these SME, especially micro SME, they have a lot of questions they would like to ask you. I think all these participants, please post your question online at the Facebook and also at this same website, is it? Or you can post your question or on whoever online you can raise your hand to ask questions as well. Let's start.
Okay. Okay. Here is a question from Mr. Thomas. Can a person with AKPK apply for the loan?
AKPK can apply for the loan. The answer is to see the AKPK. The moment they go to AKPK, they need to have the 3 years plan on AKPK that they fully serve the obligation that they promise under AKPK. If everything in order, then they entitled to apply.
Okay.
That means the normal AKPK normally they will not be granted any facility. For this purpose, we allow the 3 years pattern to before we decide. Again, one thing to explain before you move to next question. We do take note. There are some customer that basically your track record, your SME pattern during COVID, January, February, March, your SME pattern may be getting worse. For us, we will see what is your trend before COVID. That means what happened in 2019. If your for example, this particular customer A come to us, show that the 2019 throughout the year the repayment is good. Come January, February, March, out of sudden because impact to their business, their SME pattern is turned to worse. We will take into account the previous track record. That means from in 2019. Because the one January to March doesn't really reflect the real character of this customer. There are something else that pressure them that impacting the repayment record. So for us, we will look in totality. It's not so much about your January, February, March, your repayment is 3 months in arrears, 4 months in arrears. We reject your facility. Before we want to do that, we will see in totality. Okay. Next question.
Okay. Next question from Mr. Jeff. May I know how long the time needed for microcredit approval?
Again, how long?
How long the time needed for microcredit approval?
Okay, the normal one we are taking 1 week time to approve, but I can say it's within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, we are clearing. Actually, we are being. To be fair, let me explain. We are being bogged down with SME that doesn't qualify. They are not the real micro that apply. We have to filter that aside first. We want to focus the turnover of 300,000 to speed up this group of people. Whereas later on we will see how we can assist the one that turn over less than 300,000. Maybe instead of rejecting, we can divert these people direct to SRF. So currently there are some process that we need to tweak. Very overwhelming response, but we need to be clear because a lot that submit today, actually the one that not entitled because of the turnover doesn't meet the micro definition. Okay, next question.
Okay, next question. Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Next question. Is it BSN engage any executive to assist on this loan?
Okay. Before I want to explain about executive, BSN we didn't basically employ or engage with any third party. No third party, no agent, no middleman. Please. The money, the profit rate is meant to you, all the business owner. Basically, what we saw in the market today, what we saw in the market today, there are middlemen that taking advantage. There are people that charging SME up to 20%, 30%, which is not right. Okay, basically, you can direct deal with our executive listed in our FB page. You go to our FB page, you can see close to 400 people listed there. That's the people that you need to deal with, not with anyone that claim to be BSN, claim to be that can assist you. This middleman is taking opportunity during this difficult time. For us, we didn't take this issue lightly. We already launched a police report against these people. They are the middlemen. They are somehow people claim to be our agent, try to cheat our SME, the business owner. So these people, careful. The moment you want to engage directly with BSN, don't ever involve with this type of people, because the amount of money disbursed is meant for you to revamp, to basically to improve your business. Okay, next.
Okay, next one.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I would like to ask, because actually I have few friend or client that call up to the person in charge handphone number, but then they didn't receive the call, and we WhatsApp also there's no reply. So how can we further for the process of the application? Thank you.
Okay, just now Datin Jessica. Okay, basically they are, to be fair, they are among our people that I think too many calls to manage. They didn't respond to customer. The moment we receive this report, these people will, this staff will be blacklisted from to be remain in our FB page. We also do from time to time do some mystery shopper to check the quality of the people that servicing all this micro business. If you still having difficulty, I mean these people didn't respond to you, I think at the end of the presentation, go to the last page, the contact person. Last page. Okay, this is basically the person in charge for the respective state. You can call and talk to these people for update, and also to lodge complaint if the one that we put in our FB didn't respond to you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next question from Francis Ng. Okay, all the document need to submit online or have to go to submit to BSN counter?
Okay. The moment you engage with the name that I mentioned just now in our FB page, they will provide you the email address for you to send. We advise you to continue, stay home, stay safe. No need for you to come to our office to submit. But if you have difficulty to submit via online, you still can come. You can drop at our respective state office especially. If cannot, then you can drop at any of our branches, 390 branches.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next question. Is there any age restriction to apply for SRF?
Basically, for the age is our product we offer up to 65. 21 to 65.
Okay. Okay, here is a question from Sindat. Okay, I just applied special release fund and submitted to BSN officer Jalan Ampang by 10 April. Until today, still no response. May I know if my application was filled?
That one I cannot give the explanation here. This is, I think, maybe you just give the contact number. I will ask my people to call you personally.
Okay. Okay. Next question: is the company eligible for SRF if its ultimate holding company is a Berhad company listed in lead market?
I think still entitled. SRF. I need to see the detail before we can decide. I think looking from that is no issue should entitle. Because they look from the perspective of every individual company, not the ultimate Berhad issues.
Okay. The next question: do company allowed to apply for all the loan concurrently for different purpose? For example, SRF for working capital, ADF for digitalization.
They can apply all the fund together because the purpose of these three is different. I mean, for example, let's say this company ABC, you want to apply SRF for the purpose of managing your short-term cash flow. And you know, we learned from the difficult time during this COVID that you need to improve your digital platform that require you to transform to be more energy savvy, for example. So you can apply the ADF together. That's the purpose of this fund.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next question. Will high commitment CTOS effect on the loan?
High commitment CTOS. Yes, basically we will see from that angle. The moment we want to grant the facility, we will see the ability to pay. The debt service ratio, but we are not to the normal standard that you must be 2/3 or whatever. We are a bit relaxed, but still that's among the parameter that required for us to verify before we grant the facility.
Okay, okay, next question. What does it mean that this scheme are only for business impacted by COVID-19? What is the assessment criteria for this?
Basically, that's the scheme criteria. But today I can say all the business is affected. Doesn't require me to validate. All business is affected by COVID.
Okay, thank you. Next question from Mr. Rosman. We actually need about 30K for the zero cost loan. Earlier on, we have applied to Tekun, which is maximum 10K. Can we try to BSN and decline the Tekun application?
You have to decline the Tekun first before you can apply. Otherwise, we cannot process your financing until we satisfy that the Tekun is already being declined. Because I think during the announcement, Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri did mention very clear, will entitle only one.
Okay, next question. Does BSN Micro iCredit require a restaurant to be halal in order to get the loan?
We have two products. One is Islamic and the other one is conventional. If the restaurant is non-halal, basically you can opt to take the conventional financing, conventional loan.
Okay, next question from Mr. Allen. For SRF, what is the minimum year of business operation required?
Let me check. If not mistaken, the same. Previously, we put 1 year. Let me check. For SRF, is 1 year.
Okay,
1
thank
year
you.
in operation.
Okay, thank you. Next question from Mr. Max Louis. How could they check on the status of application on the credit Prihatin?
They need to call if they submit through that stuff I mentioned just now, they need to get the result from that particular staff. They can continue. That's the relationship officer that we assign to them. So if they cannot get, then they have this number that they can call. The one I mentioned to you just now, this slide. This is in case all those people didn't respond, this is the one that they can call.
Okay. Next question. Is there any minimum amount for microcredit loan get approved?
Minimum is 5,000. Between 5 to 75. The lowest is 5,000.
Okay, thank you. Next question. How the BSN check our annual turnover is not within RM 300K?
Okay, we will basically the 3 months bank statement that you provide us. From there, we will calculate your estimate turnover. But if you already have a document to prove your turnover is 300,000, by all means, provide us. We will assist you. Careful, the definition micro is two. One is turnover of 300,000. The other one is not more than 5 employees.
Okay. Now the RM 300K turnover, is it based on last year turnover?
Based on the 3 months that we saw, we will estimate for you. The bank statement, we will estimate the annual turnover. If you have document last year turnover that you can give to us, better still.
Okay, noted. Okay, next question from Ms. Gina. The BSN does not require us to submit the document when application. How the BSN to check?
Doesn't require.
Does not require us to submit the document when to submit the account when application.
Yeah, the account basically the one that required from you is 3 documents that I mentioned is SSM or PBT license to determine your business validity. The second one is about your detailed document is your IC to determine you are the rightful owner of that particular company. The third one is talking about the SSM registration. So that's in normal case we didn't do that. Normal case we will ask for you your management account. We will ask for you your audited account. But for this scheme, we simplified. We just required very basic document. These three type of document that I mentioned just now is sufficient for us. But let's say talking about the bank statement, January, February, March, cannot say much about your business, cannot assist us to determine your turnover, cannot assist us to determine how much you required for your business. Then we may require another 3 months, October, November, December bank statement to assist. Because I think October, November, December is fair. That's basically the one is when the COVID is not yet reach our shore.
Okay. Next question. May I know how to apply for the micro credit prihatin? Could I apply via the BSN website?
I think I already answered that.
Okay.
It's via our need to reach our people listed in our FB.
Okay. Next one, is there any requirement for minimum and maximum yearly company turnover revenue for BSN 0% interest loan?
The turnover is up to 300,000 I mentioned just now, or the not more than 5 staff. So either one, if your turnover is more than 300,000, but your staff is less than 5, you is micro SME. You entitled.
Okay, thank you. Next question, after I apply for the micro credit loan, can I still apply for the SRF?
Can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I will take another 2 questions. Last one.
Okay, okay. Can SME company which nature of business is investment holding eligible for the SRF?
Again.
SME company, their business of nature is investment holding company. So are they eligible for the SRF?
I don't think no. Not eligible.
Okay. Here is a question from Mr. Rosman. I have a foreign partner share 50-50 in the agro business sector. Am I eligible to apply?
The ownership 50%. Let me check. That one is under Bangara. Let me check.
Mujib, I want to understand is local must be 51%.
51%.
Follow SME Corp's definition.
That's why minimum of 51%. Doesn't mention here. That means fall back to use the SME Corp definition.
Yeah.
Okay. I think.
Okay. Last
that's
question.
all from last question. Okay.
If my company went into losses for the past years, am I still eligible to get the loan?
Yes. We will see from the turnover. We will see from the requirement. Doesn't mean the losses you cannot pay your financing.
Sorry, Mujib. Just like to ask. Just now you mentioned the maximum application age group is capped until 65 years old, right?
Okay.
So can I insert a guarantor to apply on behalf as well as a support?
For case to case, we can consider.
Oh, can consider, eh?
Yeah, case to case.
Case to case, I see. This one applies for SRF as well?
SRF, I think I need to check. Can you drop your details? I'll get able to get the details from Bangara before we can revert back to you.
Okay, thank you.
If not mistaken, cannot. Let me check first.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
One question, Mr. Mujib, I want to ask if the sales turnover is more than 300K and above, but the company staff is less than 5%, can
I
we
already
still
answered that.
apply? Oh,
I already answered that just now.
Can apply.
okay, thank you.
Okay,
thank you, Dato'.
Thank you,
the association.
We will collect all the information. Whatever problem
Hopefully after MCO, everything, the turnover will be very fast to you people. We want to see that the economy to recover faster. For for everyone to basically get a better living lah.
Sure,
Thank you
sure.
again, Dato'.
Thank you, Mujib.
Thank you.
We'll compile all the question, all the issue, and then we pass it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Mujib.
Okay, thank you,
Bye.
Mujib.
Thank you. Bye. It's out already. Okay, whoever, I think all the participants here, so you all have any problem, you drop us all your information, then we will get pass you to this BSN to help you to sort out whoever reapply, whoever any question, please list it down. We will assist from here. We will put out email on our website. Then we will collect all your information and we will coordinate for you. If you have any issue, you cannot get back BSN officer or anything, there's a list of the phone number you all can contact. And if you still got problems, then you come back to us. Okay, so I think most of the questions, especially on the Facebook, I already answered. And the other part, I think just now on this webis, I think our BSN officer already answered your question. Any others, more question, please send it in to our SME website or email, and then we will answer. We will help you to solve your problem. Especially, I want to help, especially on the micro and small, because this group of people are really facing a problem. Especially they are the biggest group. Consists of 700,000 micro SME in the country, and plus the small SME should be about another 200,000, close to 900,000 SME. I think this group of people, we need to assist them. That's why we are bringing BSN to come in. This is Prihatin from government to assist all the micro SME, especially BSN and Tukun side, those who are smaller and need 10,000. I think please provide your information if you need anything. Okay, the other thing, whoever have not applied, please go to BSN Facebook. They have every day they post out the different officer. You pick up the officer, that is the officer you will communicate in the future. Application, everything until approval, he will handle for you. So make sure you get your own officer so that you can communicate directly. Okay, so go to BSN Facebook and identify your own. Every day they will change the different officers. They got 400 officers from BSN to handle all this application. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dato'. Thank you, MyKRIS. Thank you, BSN. See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.